Hi guys, my name is Janet and Bet. Sorry, Janet Bet. I've always been posting about travel content, showcasing, but recently I felt like my purpose is to enlighten people on what I know. That's not if somebody somewhere needs it or somebody can benefit from it. So this is my first video, and I think I'll be doing a series of videos because I feel like I have something in me is telling me I should be doing it. I feel like it's my purpose. So let's start about. I wanted to talk about our gut feeling being what is meant to something that is meant for us to always follow it and always trust it. I came across a quote that says, "Every time I went against my gut feeling, I suffered or I paid some consequences." And there's another quote also that says, "Your gut feeling is stronger than your excuses." So when you combine the two, it means that our gut feelings is always speaking to us on what we should be doing, and we always ignore it. The fact that, every time in every other situation, we always have, have you ever gone somewhere and then you feel like something is telling you, don't take this path, take the other part, yeah? So I feel like if we ever follow our gut feelings, we will always end up on where we are meant to be. And I feel like our gut feeling is always God speaking to us that this is where I want you to go, so that you can avoid, going through things that you don't want to deal with. So come to a scripture on I want to quote a scripture on the Bible. There's a verse from Proverbs 19 verse 21, and it says, so I've just written on my notebook, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." When you look at that, it gives you the details, because you say many are the plans in a person's heart. It means every one of us, we have so many plans. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do this, you want to do that. But, in fact, it used the word but. It means we have no chances. Ignore my, I think I didn't do, ignore my eyebrow. But it says but. But is a big word. But means there's no other way. But it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. So it means you can be wanting to be a doctor, you can be wanting to be a teacher, you can be wanting to be, but if God's purpose means that you are meant to be a pastor, or you're meant to, be somewhere. And I feel like this Lord's purpose is what is always within us. Take, for example, if I give my testimony, I was in the UK. I'm Kenyan, and I decided to, apply and go do my master's in the UK. And, I wanted to change of environment and, go and, explore and everything. Tell me why when I was studying there, I was so happy to be there, and I did my, master's, and I finished, and I started working. But every other time, I could feel this, gut feeling telling me that I'm meant to be doing something else. and I used to dodge it and try and make it work. I want it to work because this is what I wanted. But my gut feeling used to just communicate to me and say no. And competing between your gut feeling and what you're doing, it gives you too much. It's like there's a glitch between what you are doing and what you feel like you want to do. So my gut feeling is actually what I really wanted to do, but I used to omit it and say no, this other thing has to work. It ended up to where when you're competing with what you feel like you should be doing and what you are doing, it really affected me, because I was suppressing some feelings because I wanted something that I have at hand to work. So I suppressed the feeling, because the gut feeling is the feeling. And when you suppress your feeling, it expresses itself, especially physically. I started becoming like sickly, numbing one side. And it reached a point that I felt like I was dragging myself to go do something that I knew that this is what I never wanted to do. So I used to ask God, back in my country, I really, I struggled so much. It was not easy, and I had to save and come here. Why is it not working? Why is it not working for me? But later on, I prayed and I said, God, if you want me to just, you granted me to come and study and everything, but you want me to go back, let it be. And every now and then, I used to even say, oh, if I'm meant to go back, let me see a red vehicle going. I could see like 2 or 3 red vehicles going. And I was like, hey, this should be like something. And I I said, let me ignore it, because it could be maybe, I'm missing my people and I'm struggling, I'm struggling and I'm missing them. So I'm struggling emotionally. I tried again and again, close to 2 years. It reached a point where I started becoming sick, because, I was going to work and my work was not so bad, but there was a loud emptiness in me. And I used to like go to work, but I'm not there. I'm just, doing things, but I'm not there. I'm so far from myself. And it reached a point that I really became sick. I was in and out of hospital, going in and out of hospital. And one day I said, whatever I'm suppressing, it is expressing myself physically. I said, for the first time in my life, let me honor my feelings and pack my bags and go back home. I did that. And when I came home, still struggling up to now, I still struggle with physical health, but it's not too bad. I got some fulfillment. Now that opened my mind into, though I am still, waiting on the purpose that God has for me, of which I think this is the purpose that God has for me, because I've never had peace. Every time I feel like someone is pinching me and say, post. I feel like if we ever, listen to our gut feeling, I feel like someone said God is within us. I feel like if we ever listen to ourselves and listen to that gut feeling and just follow it, it will always lead you to something successful. And as this is my first video and I've been doing sequence, I'll always come back to this video and say, yes, I was right. So go read that Proverbs 19:21. God, the Lord's purpose must prevail no matter how many plans you have. And I think let's follow our gut feeling. Let's follow on our feelings, and regardless of how much you think you would have been successful in what you're doing, follow what God is telling you to do, and I think you'll be more successful than what you're doing in what you're doing currently. So I thought I would share that, and then I'll see you in the next